Two global payment platforms, Stripe and Payoneer, are trusted by millions. But which one really delivers? On the left, Stripe, the powerful payments platform powering online business. On the right, Payoneer, global payouts made easy for freelancers and marketplaces. Let's skip the buzzwords and go straight to what matters. Each category earns points, so you'll know exactly who comes out on top. The result might surprise you.
Okay, so here's the mind map of everything we're comparing. We've got payment methods, global reach and target users, fees and pricing, integration and customization, payout speed, features for business, security and dispute management, and usability and support. Yep, we're going deep. Let's start with payment methods. Stripe steps up big time here. You get credit and debit cards, all the cool digital wallets like Apple Pay and Google Pay, and even things like bank transfers and buy now, pay later options. Recurring billing? Oh, absolutely. But fair warning, you'll need a little bit of tech know-how to really set it all up. Now, flipping over to Payoneer, it's got super strong coverage for bank transfers and works with a ridiculous number of marketplaces. Plus, payments between Payoneer users are totally free, which is kind of neat. But don't expect the same level of support for credit cards or any built-in recurring billing. So if you need subscriptions, this isn't your jam. In this round, Stripe is hands down the winner. Now let's talk global reach and target users. Stripe's like, hey, we're in 100 plus countries and cover 135 plus currencies. Not bad, right? It really shines if you're into SaaS, e-commerce, or run bigger businesses. But it does sort of lean towards the business crowd, not really for individual freelancers. Meanwhile, Payoneer, it goes even wider. Seriously. 200 plus countries, 150 plus currencies. If you're a freelancer, solo worker, or selling on platforms like Fiverr and Upwork, this is like designed for you. Does that mean Stripe loses here? Not exactly. Both are crazy global, so I'm calling it a tie. Okay, now on to fees and pricing. And let's just say this is where things get spicy. Stripe has zero setup or monthly fees and charges the standard 2.9% plus 30 cents for US card payments. If you're dealing with international cards, tack on an extra fee. But their currency conversion only costs 1%, which is actually less than what Payoneer asks. Plus, want your cash instantly? Stripe does it for a 1% fee. Only thing, the pricing gets a bit messy if you add on extras. As for Payoneer, also no setup or monthly charges. And it's super cool if you're moving money within Payoneer. No fee. Bank transfers start from 1%, but cards are up at 3.99%. Plus a fixed amount for PayPal. Currency conversion jumps up to 3% though, and there are some fees for withdrawals and their debit card. So yeah, Stripe wins this round. The fees just stack up nicer.
Oh, and here's something cool. Did you know Stripe processed $1 trillion in payments back in 2023? Yeah, let that sink in for a sec.
Let's hit integration and customization next. Stripe? That API is legendary. Developers love it since you can hook Stripe up to almost anything. WordPress, Shopify, custom-built stuff, you name it. You get tons of control and can really make your checkout look any way you want. But heads up, if you aren't a developer, you'll probably need one to unlock all the cool stuff. Switch over to Payoneer and you'll find it's mostly about plugging into partner marketplaces, like Fiverr or Upwork. So if you're after super simple payouts, it's easy, but don't expect crazy automations or custom flows. Yeah, Stripe absolutely takes it here.
Moving on to payout speed. Because, come on, who doesn't want their money fast? Stripe usually pays out in about 2 business days. And if you're desperate, instant payout is an option for an extra 1%. Sometimes international transfers lag a bit, but overall, it's quick. Now, Payoneer typically needs between 2 to 5 business days. You can get money straight to your bank or even their debit card, but generally it's slower for most regions. And instant payout isn't available everywhere. So, you guessed it, Stripe wins again.
Next up, features for business.
Stripe loads you up. Automated invoices, tax calculations, slick revenue reports, plus online storefront tools and those one-click payment links, so you don't need to code anything. It's honestly loaded, though if you only need simple payouts, it might feel like overkill. Payoneer is awesome for capital advances and mass payments, plus multiple currency accounts. But there's way less in terms of automation or analytics. No dedicated storefront tools either. Easy call. Stripe takes this one. Now, let's talk security and dispute management. Stripe puts a huge focus on fraud detection, monitors
everything and gives you all sorts of chargeback tools. If someone disputes a payment, you've actually got options and info. Though, yeah, you'll still pay the $15 fee. Payoneer is pretty secure too, with solid encryption and controls, especially for marketplaces. But their dispute management isn't as in-depth. Same fee somehow. Bottom line, Stripe wins for security.
Finally, usability and support. Stripe's dashboard is super intuitive, great for keeping track of payments and reports, and their mobile app makes things easy on the go. Support quality is solid overall, although it changes a bit depending on where you are in the world. Payoneer also gets credit for a really user-friendly site and app. It's localized, onboarding's quick, but sometimes support isn't totally tailored to every region. Honestly, both deliver pretty well on this front, so I gotta call it a tie.
Here's a quick visual. Stripe pulls ahead in most categories, especially on payments, integration, speed, business features, and security. Payoneer's got its strengths, especially global reach, and those marketplace payouts are hard to beat. But overall, that Stripe advantage is pretty clear.
So, real talk, if you're running an online business, need custom integrations, or want to handle subscriptions and a ton of payment types, you really want to look at Stripe. But if you're living that freelance life, working worldwide and counting on marketplace payouts, Payoneer has some legit perks. Basically, Stripe is the go-to for businesses. Payoneer is clutch for freelancers. Pick what fits your hustle. What's your situation? Business, freelancer, or something in between? If you've got questions or want a deeper demo, drop them below and I'll dig in. Let's find you the perfect fit.